you just explain the sort of the point of the Ukraine diplomatic cycle we think we're in, or we thought we were meant to be in, or we are? Take it away.
Give us a breakdown.
In the beginning was the US proposal for an unconditional ceasefire.
Okay.
Not that long ago, the plan was, let's all have an unconditional ceasefire, 30 days, let the dust settle, maybe renew that 30 days, and then start a process about a long-term settlement. Long-term talks, all the detail.
See, I believe that's what Trump meant when he said he could end this thing in 24 hours. I think he wanted to seize the fighting, stop the killing, then bring the two sides together. Knock the heads, start negotiating.
The sort of thing that takes months, if not years. The US backed that, Ukraine backed that. It did eventually, having to only when it made a big concession, namely that it'll give up its famous security guarantees that it was demanding. And after the terrible Oval Office moment, that meant, the Ukrainians were on side. The Russians said no to that. So then we had the American plan for a partial truce in the Black Sea. Well, the Russians said, no, but not unless you lift any sanctions, and that hasn't happened. There was also a partial moratorium, if you like, on attacking energy targets, but that pretty much was proved in the breach, both sides accusing each other of breaching them. So that's where we sort of got to. And now that they've brought the Europeans in, and these talks in Paris last week and again in London today, there is a new sort of proposal on the table, which is essentially more land-based, which is potentially the start of a more comprehensive ceasefire. One ultimately that will involve, concessions of a territorial nature. And so that's where we're at now in the arc of these discussions.